Good evening. The Ford Motor Company has slammed the brakes on its $3.5 billion electric vehicle battery plant in Marshall. This comes in the middle of the United Auto Workers strike that supply chain experts say shifted the landscape with car manufacturers and halted a multi-billion-dollar auto industry. The so-called Marshall megasite was announced in February and seen as Ford staking its future on the massive electric vehicle project. News Channel 3's Autumn Pitcher joining us live from Marshall, where after months of construction, work is now on hold. Autumn?
Yes, Jessica, we have confirmed with a spokesperson with Ford that work right now is on a pause. Now, as you can see behind me, I'm standing right out at the park here. Construction has been going on for several months now since they broke ground. Now, Ford says they are limiting spending right now on the project until they are certain about being able to competitively run the plant. T.R. Reid, a spokesperson with Ford, told News Channel 3 several factors went into this decision. He could not answer as to whether the United Auto Workers strike is playing a role. The project has received more than $1.7 billion in tax breaks and state incentives and has received pushback from the Committee for Marshall Not the Megasite since the land was rezoned. Ford says they haven't made a final decision on how long it will be on hold for. Jim Durian, the CEO of the Marshall Area Economic Developmental Alliance, provided us this statement today saying, quote, "We hope current negotiations between Ford and the UAW conclude in a mutually beneficial manner, and we remain confident this project will continue as planned once these negotiations are complete." Keith Kronk lives in one of the few homes right next to the park.
Too much money involved already invested. They're not going to stop anything out here. They might delay it for a little bit, but it's still going to continue.
Now, the plant is expected to be completely finished in 2026. Now, I reached out to the city manager and the mayor today. They are not talking to us at this point. Now, I also reached out to the Committee for Marshall Not the Megasite. We also did not hear back from them at this point. But as we continue to get more details, we will update you both on air and online about this massive project. No contract! No work!
It is now day 11 of the United Auto Workers strike against the Big Three, and still there are no signs of a deal. Both sides are courting the vote of organized labor in Michigan this week, as President Joe Biden is expected in Michigan tomorrow and former President Donald Trump on Wednesday. Our political reporter, Rachel Louise Just, breaks down the value of the union vote.
You can hear the support outside of the striking plants around Michigan.
Major support from the people driving by.
But come Tuesday and Wednesday, support will be coming with more fanfare, as both President Biden and former President Trump are expected to meet with workers in Michigan.
I think it's awesome that that they're actually getting involved and actually caring and being a part of it.
Striking UAW members say they appreciate the spotlight that Trump and Biden are putting on their cause, but at the end of the day, it's them who's going to be at the bargaining table making this deal with the Big Three.
It happens every 4 years, so there's not a need for interference by anyone in the White House.
And as Trump and Biden court the votes of union members, political and economic experts tell me they're aiming to use the votes to soar to victory next year. Political experts I spoke with say there's no doubt the blue-collar vote in Michigan has been a huge boost for candidates. Take Macomb County, for example, a traditionally red county just outside of Detroit with a high number of blue-collar workers. Trump barely won Michigan in 2016 by just 10,000 votes.
If you look at what put Trump over the edge in Michigan, it was Macomb County.
Macomb County is exactly where Trump will be again on Wednesday.
The way the Electoral College is breaking down, that you need to win, these Great Lakes area states, Ohio, Michigan, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania. If you could sweep those 4 states where there's still a big organized labor presence, that will put you over the top.
Historically, union workers have supported Democrats.
Some past statements from the Republican Party on their support have proven what their position is overall.
In the end, this group says they'll take the support they can get, but they don't need it.
We have got our tents up, we have porta potties, and we're in it for the long haul.